This meeting to order. We're here at 10:06 on Wednesday, February 28th, 2024, to discuss tax penalties and interest forgiveness requests from Jill King. And Jill has asked to participate by telephone. So, Commissioner, if you wouldn't mind doing the technical part. You're tech savvy. You can dial.
Yeah. Let's see if it rings.
This is Jill.
Hi, Jill. This is David Doe, Shoshone County Commissioner. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Okay. Well, we've got you on speakerphone. We're here meeting with the Treasurer and the Board of Commissioners, and we may have a few questions for you and a chance for you to make a statement.
Okay.
Okay. So bear with me there. I'm going to start with the Treasurer. If the Treasurer could maybe give me an account of, from your office that's been involved, your understanding, what is being asked for and where's the rub?
From my understanding, she's looking at the second half of the 22 taxes that she's wanting. I'm not quite sure if it's forgiveness on the penalty and interest or the tax itself or both, but the 22 taxes were billed to Galeri, which is who she bought it from. And the first half was paid by Galeri's because that was still in 22. She bought it March 6th of 23 through a title company, did receive a credit in the closing, which at that point it makes your closing costs cheaper and you're responsible for the taxes later, which we spoke about that, me and Jill did, and she said she was notified by the title company of that. The assessor's office made the change of owner info on March 21st. At that point, I still hadn't received a notification from the bank to remove the bank code. And then on April 20th, I mailed out courtesy reminders to customers without bank codes. We don't mail to customers with bank codes. And she didn't receive one because it was still coded with a bank code. Then on November 27th, I billed the 23 taxes, and that is when she received a 22 reminder. And then on December 6th, she did a web payment, and then that went to the 22 taxes because 22s were still owing. And then at some point in there, I think she talked to Sydney, the Commissioner Secretary. And then January 8th of 24, we received another payment in the mail that paid off the 22s and almost the first half of the 23 taxes. And we mailed her a courtesy letter letting her know of the difference that was still owing.
Okay. And what is the difference still owing?
Well, she's almost at the point of paid for the first half. She still owes 2 cents.
2 cents.
Oh, but that'll just go along with her second half.
Okay.
23 reminder.
Okay, so Jill, if you would explain to us what you are asking from the board.
Okay, I was asking for forgiveness of the penalty and the interest because I had not received any sort of a notification that, the taxes were due, and this is the first half we've ever owned in Idaho, or, so we were anticipating receiving a notification, that the taxes were due so we could pay them, and then, since we didn't get that, they didn't get paid, and I just didn't think about it until, we got the new notification for the 2023 taxes.
Okay.
Yeah, because she would have received a pink notice with it. Or a white notice,
Okay.
sorry.
And then you've already explained to her that the noticing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Other commissioners, any questions?
So the title company did advise you that when you received a credit, you're responsible for the taxes due, correct?
They did. I don't know that they told me when the due date would be for me to, put that in my calendar to remember that. So I do know that we had gotten the credit and that we would be responsible for it.
Okay. Yeah, we're in a kind of a hard spot there. Everybody's responsible for knowing that. Commissioner, anything from you?
Looking into it further, the title company did give you a tax break, or did give you a credit to pay your taxes for the second half, and so that's what I'm not understanding. You didn't go in, you didn't contact the treasurer to ensure that your taxes.
She got a credit.
A credit
for her closing costs, so it made her closing costs that much cheaper at the time, which gives her a little extended time till June 20th to pay the taxes from March 6th. Is how that worked.
Okay.
And I believe I wasn't aware of what the due date was for those taxes. And, so that's why they didn't get paid. They would have been paid otherwise if I would have, been able to know what that due date was.
Okay, so Madam Treasurer, it would appear that the problem is that the applicant here didn't understand the process, but the process was followed according to the law and our standard. The burden falls on the taxpayer to know that and to take care of that.
Unfortunately, yes. I mean, at any point, Jill could have reached out to me and I would have explained the due date and how much.
And Jill, I would recommend that in the future if you have any questions. We have the nicest treasurer in the entire state. So next time, if there's any question, just reach out ahead of time. I'm not sure what we can do about this, though, because the law was followed, the process was followed. There was just a misunderstanding on the King's part.
I agree.
Any motion at this point? I don't. Or do you want to just not take action? What's the desire of the board? Or is there an action somebody? I don't see any action that we can take legally. I think that they're going to have to be responsible for their taxes.
I would agree as well.
I agree. If we need to, I can move to deny the forgiveness that they're asking.
Do we need that from you, or do we just not take action on it?
I think you could just
not take action. Okay.
I don't need anything from you.
Okay, so the treasurer doesn't. Well, Jill, we understand the situation, and it sounds like, are you new to Idaho?
Yeah, we actually live in Washington, but this is a home that we purchased for, to be in Idaho, to be able to, as a second home for us.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to have that be part of your welcome to Idaho, but the law was followed and appropriately, and I'm sorry that you just missed those cues that were there when you bought the property. But I don't see the Board of Commissioners able to take any legal action to help you at this time.
Okay. Well, I thought, I could just ask. That was the answer you gave me would be the worst that you could give me. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Worth asking. So
It's always worth the ask.
It's always worth asking. So thank you for taking the time to do that.
right. Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Jill.
Bye-bye.
All right.
All right, so this motion or her request would die for lack of action on our part then.
Yep.
Take action. Okay?
Okay.
Any further comments, Madam Treasurer?
No, I don't
Thank
have
you for
anything.
all the extra research you
Yeah,
put
of
into
course.
this. Appreciate that. You're always thorough. All right, with that, we are recessed.